You know what? Screw it. Let's get down to business, everybody. Let's do it. Let's do it. Last night, we ended on a massive trade deadline for the boys. I don't believe there was a transaction. Shout out to Matty Ice. Shout out to Matty Ice Gaming. 2 months on the primer. Thank you for that. How the heck are you? I can't look at the transactions. I wish I could, but I cannot. But what I can say is this is our team now post-trade deadline. We have to win the cup this year. Please. Look at this team. Look at them. This has to be a win. It's going to be a win. It has to be a win. And we are going to move on to NHL 16 tonight after a dominant playoff performance. At least I hope. At least I hope. Shout out to Fred. Frederick. 20 months on the primer. You'll love to see it. Fred, thank you for that. How are you tonight as well? I hope you were doing well. Let's get this team, get these boys to the playoffs. Let's see. Oh my God, the Sharks scored a goal. I didn't know that was legal. I didn't know they were allowed to do that unless it was against Edmonton. But, you know, what are you going to do? Ooh, 5-2 loss to St. Louis. Gentlemen, you are too talented for mistakes and slip-ups like that. Prediction. I mean, once we get to the playoffs, yeah, we don't need to do it now. It'd be early. It would be early. But it's all good. Thoughts on Woodcroft being fired. We talked about it on the podcast today. However, yeah, it's the wrong choice, even though they won their first game without him. Could have something to watch at work again. Hope the winning and everything went great. Fred, it did. It did. No complaints at all whatsoever. My only complaints right now are that this team is losing hockey games. But hopefully my soul-crushing video game-related depression will entertain you tonight. Goodness, please stop losing games. Please stop losing games. Bagel, we bought at the deadline. That's what happened. How are we losing games? Honestly, screw it. Best lines. Just best lines. Don't even care. Best lines. Let's just try that. Best lines. Please, for the love of God, stop losing games. Thank you. I said this team's going to win. We might not even make the playoffs if we keep slipping up. We have a big week here. Look at this homestand. Make the most of it. We're not quite at Mullet Arena yet, but we're close to Mullet Arena. So, it was Shikihara. Generated dude for first overall pick. Former first overall pick. He's been in the league for a couple years now. And a 2-1 loss to Nashville. We better make the playoffs. I don't want this to be the second game of the era where it's like just not going to happen. But this team is way too talented to miss the postseason. They have to make it. This would be an egregious shortcoming. What do we really expect out of a franchise that paid Darnell Nurse more than Cale Makar, though? You know, when you put it that way. Yikes. Stubbs, what's going on? Okay. Beat Calgary. 40-30-8. Please tell me we've clinched a playoff spot. Nope, not yet. We were significantly higher in the standings pre-deadline. Now, post-deadline, we've been terrible despite having a better team. Please don't lose to the Ducks. Thank you. Mr. Besser, what's happening? What's happening? Our super team is threatening to miss the playoffs. All right, that moves us up into third. At least within the Pacific. We should be in, right? Because, yeah, no, yes, this had the playoff format. We should be fine. We should be fine. JD, 21 months. That's on WWE 2K23. Imagine. Stubbs, yeah. You're good to go. Woo. JD, how the heck are you, though? Thank you. Well, I played 2K23. Never again. Never. Never once. Never. 43 wins. We're in the playoffs. For the first time since Season 1, where we sold like hell and still made the playoffs, we have to be in the postseason, right? Or was there one in between against Los Angeles? Or was that the Los Angeles one? I don't remember, but we have made the playoffs. It's the Edmonton Oilers. The McDavid Bowl. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Thank God. Oh, we're finally back in the playoffs. It wasn't the prettiest run of form post-trade deadline, but 11th best team in the league, 5th best team in the Western Conference, and within our own division, because we were still in the Pacific at the time, 2nd best there, hence home ice advantage over Edmonton by 1 whole point. Let's see how the boys did here. Let's see how they did. We might have to stay with best lines, too. We seem to be doing really well with that setup. In an empty Rogers Arena. Goalie-wise, Taratukin, a 2.46 goals against average, a 919 save percentage. So his numbers continued to drop from around 925, 930 throughout the season, but still a good performance from Mr. Taratukin. We need him to be better, though, as it goes on. OEL is the man. Gormley, not too bad either. And then Suter, Bowmeister. I am a little bit worried about Ryan Suter. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. For the forwards, our leading scorer was Rick Nash, who we acquired at the deadline. Tarasenko, Barzal, both over 60 points as well. Lucas Lesio put up as many points as Max Domi and more points than both Connor McDavid and Kurt Sugihara, who are both at least a 90. Konechny had 4 points in 19 games. I got a bad feeling about this, and I shouldn't. This team is much better than this. But I have a real bad feeling about this. But it is true that we should, within this roster, have multiple players who can put up points at any given time. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... Lehtinen up to a third-line player. That's not too bad. I'm intrigued. If I call up Lehtinen and I call up Falkenham, can I also call up Persson? I can. I'm just intrigued if I go best lines. There was another 4th liner down there. Who was it? 24 franchise, still a shit show, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Who was that other 4th liner? Travis Awanek. Yeah, we don't need to worry about him too much. AJ, what's up? So if we go best lines, it puts Persson and Falkenham in there instead of Konechny and Alfaro and Lehtinen. I'm willing to try it. Just off of best lines, I'm willing to try it. I mean, Sugihara, McDavid, Barzal is ungodly center depth. We're going to try it. Suter, Gormley, OEL, Bowmeister, Saunders, Mahou. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. This team needs to just destroy worlds now that they're in the playoffs. Like I said, I saw the opportunity. We went all in this season pretty much. Now's the time. What's the worst NHL game for franchise mode? if 24, who had the spot before this year. It's still NHL 15 next gen. That is still the worst franchise mode. It has some positive aspects to it, as we discovered, but not many. It's bad. I'm thinking back, though, to franchise. And for me, the term franchise mode really started around NHL 04. You know, before that, it was essentially a glorified season mode. 04 was when it started to get just a little bit more in-depth. So, if you're considering franchise modes from 04 onward, because prior to that, it's like you'd be counting all the PlayStation era ones that are basic, like really basic. AJ, we did. I mean, he wasn't like the biggest talking point in the world, but we mentioned him. Yeah, Tyson Berry, holy shit. If you exclude like those PS1 era games, then back during 04. Cody, what's going on, man? Trying to think. Not too worried about the goalie stats. I do want to see the rookie stats. Shout out to Marshall Rivers. So in my mind, it's like, is there anything? Nothing's worse than NHL 15 next gen. But the question of, is 24 now like the second worst? And I'm having a hard time thinking of another franchise mode that is on par or worse than 24. Like 07 was fairly bare bones, but 24 is it's down there. It is down there as one of the worst franchise modes in the history of the franchise, unfortunately. All right, Edmonton. This is who stands in our path here. Taylor Hall, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Jordan Eberle. The Dream. David Perron, Leon Draisaitl, and Yakupov, Eller, Horak, and Hataya. Benoit Pouliot with Anton Lander, and 82 overall, Teddy Purcell. That's a pretty damn good team. Get in there, indeed. Defensively, Marty Marincin and Justin Schultz, Darnell Nurse and Oscar Clefbaum, Nikita Nikitin, and Jeff Petrie. Goaltender Martin Jones. I got a bad feeling about this. Oh boy, I have a really, really bad feeling about this. Of course, their goaltender's Martin Jones. I mean, hey, something had to go wrong for Edmonton, right? Even in this reality, when it looks like everything's going correct for them, we are technically the higher rated team, only because of the goaltending. But, God, no Kachina jerseys at all. Oh, man. All right, boys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Finally back in the playoffs. Super team. Built for this. Make something of it. Move us on to NHL 16. Make yourself legends. Goalless first period of game one. At least the goaltending's strong, I guess. Second period. That's better. Max Domi, and I forget his first name, but it's Shugihara. It's good. It's good. That's good. Survive the third. Kurt. Good old Kurt. Kurt with a K. Like Kurt Angle. Kurt Warner. Kurt. We're looking good. Looking good. We're looking good. We're looking good. Let's go. First ever playoff game for our young goaltender, Mr. Taratukin. And the boy records a 26 save shutout. You'll love to see it. That's what we were hoping for. Good stuff. We take game 1. As the Portland Pirates miss the playoffs. Did they miss the playoffs? Yeah, somehow. 37, 32, and 7. That is way too good of a team to miss the playoffs, but okay. It's what it is. That means we can focus on the task at hand, the NHL side of things. It is the second game of this opening round. First period. All right, we do give up our first goal of the series, David Perron, but Brandon Gormley kicked off the scoring. 9 shots to 7. Second period. Oh, boy. I don't like that our high firepower offense has been held to 15 shots. That is not ideal. We go to the third, still a tie game. 5-on-3 power play for the Oilers. No goal, though, despite a bunch of shots. 7 minutes down. Jordan Eberle. Right as I was about to say, next goal probably wins. Martin Jones stops 22 of 23, and we lose game number 2. Another great performance for Tara Tukin. But Jordan Eberle gets the game winner. I wasn't expecting a sweep, but that's still a rough game to lose. We've outscored them 3-2 over the first 2 games, and we're tied. Game number 3. Not going to change anything about the lineup just yet. First period. Goal apiece. Connor McDavid and Taylor Hall. Both power play goals, too. Second period. Oilers take the lead. Taylor Hall. Boys, thank you. Derek Brassard. Not who I would have thought would be the one generating the offense for us. Darnell Nurse scores. It's not looking good. I don't like it. Boys, you got to be able to score more than 2 goals on Martin Jones. Thank you, Rick Nash. Is it too little too late to win it in regulation? Yes, it is. We go to overtime. We won't jump in unless it's an elimination game. Ooh, or double overtime, for that matter. Yes. Finally, we see the star power show up for the Yotes. The late tying goal for Rick Nash, and Mr. Sugihara has his second of the series. And we have a 2-1 lead, despite all 3 stars of the game being Oilers. The Coyotes win. I'm a little bit scared about our lineup now, to be honest, but we're up 2-1. Thank God for Rick Nash. Thank God. Game number 4. Let's keep it going. Quick sim of the first period accidentally, and we're up by 2. John, it was, what? Was John Person? I don't think it was. But it was. It was Joel. Joel. Because it's a John Person and a Joel Person. I don't remember what. It's fine. Cody's saying John. We'll trust him. Vladimir Tarasenko scored too, which is great. We never planned on having this guy play. It just kind of happened. Anyway, second period. Oh, baby. Vladimir Tarasenko. And we're up by 3. Unless the Oilers come back here, it will be a 3-1 series lead for your beautiful boy Coyotes. It's looking good. Good. We'll sim it. There it is. Tara Tukin. 22 save shutouts. Woo. Tarasenko, the 2 goals, but Tara Tukin's second shutout of the series. And we're 1-1 away from the second round. I don't dare change anything about our lines right now. We're just going to keep it going. It's game 5. End them. First period, 1-0 Yotes. Kurt Sugihara. Okay, so he's the playoff god. Regular season? Playoff god, though? Indeed. Love to see it. Second period, goal apiece. Tarasenko and Draisaitl. 20 minutes away, perhaps. from ending this series and moving on to the second round, Ryan Falkenham, and then Jordan Eberle. Still up by 1. Ryan Falkenham has the go-ahead goal at the moment. The Falkenham. Is that it? Are the Coyotes moving on? The answer is yes. In 5 games, the Arizona Coyotes eliminate the Edmonton Oilers. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Vitaly Teratukin, have yourself a series, young man. Former 6th overall pick who the Devils didn't sign. And it's worked out tremendously well for us. Let's get a look at the numbers there after that first round, but good stuff. Great bounce back after losing game 2 at home, on home ice, at home, whatever you prefer. Yeah, Teratukin, a 137 goals against average, a 953 save percentage. Was a Philly instead of New Jersey? Yeah, well, fuck. Hey, look, I'm just thinking about Metro Division teams with bad goaltending. That's all. That's all. Defensively, good series for OEL, Gormley, Mahou and Saunders, no points, but that's okay. Somehow, Ryan Suter's a -2. How are you always trash? In every game ever, despite the highest of overalls, you are somehow always trash. I don't know how he does it. Bless him. 5 points for Tarasenko. Kyle Okposo didn't do much. Falkenham was good. Wenberg did absolutely nothing. That's great. That's great. 6 points for Domi. You had the 2 for John Persson. Only 1 point for Rick Nash. Lesio did nothing. Not great. 7 for Shugihara. Dude, Barzal had 0 points. Oh my god. I'm not going to change anything about the lines, even though I want to. But there are some tremendously underperforming players. And that is going to need to change in the second round, no matter who the hell we play. And the answer, of course, is Los Angeles. It's always Los Angeles when we end up on these Western Conference teams in this era. Always LA. Let's take a look at their lines here before the series starts. It is Toffoli, Kopitar, and a former Calder winner in Valentin Zykov. Tanner Pearson, Jeff Carter, and Matt Mistele. You got Dwight King, Mike Richards, Dustin Brown, Kyle Clifford, Trevor Lewis, and Pastorius. Defensively, Voynov and Doughty, Pilon and Douglas, Jake Muzzin, and Roland McCown. The goaltender, Columbus Blue Jackets legend, Jonathan Quick. We beat Edmonton. We can beat these guys too. Even if they have home ice, we can do this. Ratings are even. We can do this. We can win this. We have the firepower. We have the technology. But do we have the confidence? First period of game number 1, 1-0 Coyotes. Vladimir Tarasenko from the Rask spot, as we teamed it back in the day. Just the worst angle goal. Second period, LA ties it. Anze Kopitar. Damn it. Third period, tied at 1. Lucas Lesio. Welcome to the playoffs, Lucas. Love to see it. He was very, very good for us in the regular season, but didn't do anything in that first round. So we can't score on the power play. I got a feeling we're going to need 3 goals. Why do I say anything at all? I get there's a microphone in front of me, and that's the point. But why do I say anything at all? Please don't lose this game now. Please don't. Don't do it. Don't you lose this game. Don't do it. Win it. Want it. Yes. Brandon Gormley, my hero. And the Coyotes. It took longer than it should have, but they take game 1. Screw you, Jeff Carter. As Vitaly Teratukin continues to carry us in this postseason. We're up 1-0 on the Kings. That spot reminds me of the Roman Cechmanek goal against the Leafs. R.I.P. Roman Cechmanek. That was some very upsetting news. Game number 2. No lineup changes, damn it. Best lines, OP. First period. Valentin Zykov. Like Valentin Dikov, because second period. Oh, God. All right. 2 shutout periods for Jonathan Quick so far. Accidentally quick-simmed, but it worked. Yes. Kyle Okposo and Kurtz. Sweet, beautiful Kurtz gets us the win. We were looking dead in the water. And a great third period for the Yotes gives us a 2-0 series lead on the Kings, winning both games on the road as well, as Vitaly Teratukin continues to carry on his massive, massive back. God. The the Atlas of the Coyotes. God damn. Game number 3. Let's do it. I'm willing to speed run this postseason if we can. First period. I'm pretty sure more goals were more goals scored in this first period than like the entirety of the series already. 3-2 after 20 minutes. Okposo, Mahou, Toffoli and Pearson tie it. Brandon Gormley scores. What the hell? So much for great goaltending. Second period, Vladimir Tarasenko gives us a 2-goal lead. Could it be the seemingly impossible? Toffoli scores. Could it be the seemingly impossible of a 3-0 series lead on the Kings? Come on now. Come on. 6 minutes to go. Hold the door. Hold the door. This is the night. Telling you, this is the night. If I get to 24 months, will you play NHL 24? Yes, for 24 seconds. Thank you, Baseball is Life, for the 22 months. Appreciate you. Welcome in, and how the heck are you tonight? We are 1 win away from the Western Conference Finals. What a game for Kyle Okposo. Can we do it? Can we do it? Go get a Yotes jersey on already. I don't want to. It's so far away. It's so far away. Make me freaking ruin the momentum that we have. So if me putting on this jersey leads to us losing, you're fired. You're absolutely fired. I also may have just broken my foot. I'll let you know in a second, but there is a chance that I just broke my foot. Son of a bitch. Fuck. We'll put on the Lawsome Tossum. Because it's the Lawsome Tossum. Damn it. Fight strap and all. What a jersey. What a jersey. Criminy. Danhausen dick punches left and right. F is for foot. It's true. F is indeed for foot. Here we are. Look at us. Also casually breaks foot. Well, you know, what is that gif? Bunny, there's no way you've seen that. for the first time just now. Who are you, Dave Grohl? Well, no, I didn't jump off a stage to break it. I just pinned it between my chair and my desk, which also didn't feel great. But I will take a wheelchair that has built-in pyrotechnics. That'd be pretty dope. That would be pretty cool. You know what else would be pretty cool? Winning this game. It's game number 4, baby. Let's do it. First period, 1-0 Yotes. Kyle Okposo. We're not going to sweep the Kings. We're not going to sweep the Kings. Second period, we're not going to sweep the Kings. Anze Kopitar and Jeff Carter. All right. Kings trying to stave off elimination. We'll see if they can. We'll see. Can we get another goal? Kurt, we need you. Kurt, please. I don't want to go to game 5. Kurt. Damn it. Well, 20 of 21 stopped for Jonathan Quick. There will be no sweep as the LA Kings live to see another day. That was our first opportunity of potentially 4 needed. Let's see what happens. We go back to LA for game number 5. First period. Hey, Matt Barzal, welcome to the playoffs, champ. Good to see you. You've been almost as invisible as Connor McDavid. Second period, Kurtz. All right, 20 minutes. 20 minutes away from the Western Conference Finals if the boys can get it done. And can they? Brandon frickin' Gormley. The Arizona Coyotes are going back to the Western Conference Final for the first time since Mike Smith dared to dream. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We built this team for the playoffs. And here we are. Vitaly Teratukin, a 17-save shutout in an elimination game on the road. The Kings just had nothing going for them. It is 2 down and 2 to go for these beautiful Yotes. God, let this be the night. Let it be the night that we get to move on. Teratukin, a 1.45 goals against average with a 9.49 save percentage and 3 shutouts. He has been amazing. Defensively, you got Ekman Larson, the Lawsome Tossum. The Lawsome Tossum. Looking beautiful. Gormley as well. Suter. Still somehow a minus. Fairness, so is Brandon Gormley. But, you know, it's okay. From the forward perspective, it's Tarasenko and Kurt just getting it done. Domi. McDavid and Barzal each with just 4 points. Lesio on 2. Rick Nash didn't record a single point in the second round. Yet still, we are advancing despite numerous players on this team drastically underperforming. And now it's the Dallas Stars.